From the John DeVita Broadcast Center, it's time for the Donna Sports with the big guy on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Donna Sports Show. What a great show for you today, folks. First of all, I want to thank Kevin over at WRAHS 89.7 FM from Ridgewood High School. He broadcasts our show. Right, Johnny does it every day just about over there. Kevin broadcasts our show.
That's right. You'll be on 10 o'clock tomorrow morning on 89.7 WRHS.
Wow, I'll be excited. Yep. Yeah, well, we got to tell the folks about all our great sponsors, Johnny. Primerica Investments, and you'll hear their commercial later on in the show, but these are the guys who helped me out here. Primerica Investments with Mike Figuarelli, Fox Bowl and Wheaton, Wayne H. O'Brien. The H stands for hockey and houses. Yeah, he's a real estate guy, but he loves hockey also. Ozzy's the world's best subs. Intrend Incorporated. There you do a lot of work for ComEd. Johnny, you said you saw their trucks on the road, huh? For Intrend?
That's right, Don. When I head up to Wisconsin, I see them on Route 12, right up around the Wakanda area. I saw the truck last week, and I see them quite a bit on the road.
Yeah, they have well over 800 employees, Johnny. It's a great story, really. Danny and Loretta Rosenmeyer, okay, that's the owners. Started out small. Back in the 60s or 70s. I'm not exactly sure on that startup date. But Danny worked for Commonwealth Edison, and he thought he'd break off on his own. They had a lot of buried cables and things like that. That's what it's about. Com Edison, if they can't do it. Oh, Tom. How do you like that seat right there? Johnny, the big guy's here. Well, that's right. I started a little early, but I said I couldn't reach him. I thought maybe you might have. Oh, no. I thought you might have been at the docks or something, Tommy. That's unusual for you to have aches and pains. An athlete like you were in your younger days, and I know that's hard on you mentally. I think
it is.
Right,
it is.
Because you were
right.
Well, you're still kind of active, but I mean, you kind of got to watch it now. You said your shoulder.
Well, I can't lawn bowl anymore.
Oh yeah, right. Curling. What about curling?
No.
Jeez.
But you know what? 2 Wednesdays ago, I was out at the lawn bowling, and I was on the air on television with Corey McFerrin.
Oh, well, wait a minute. He's in and out. No,
yeah, he's a sports
guy. On
but we had about
or something. Or?
Usually, you get 2 minutes. We had 7 minutes 36 seconds.
Wow.
Hello.
But I just stood there, and it was raining, and explained it to everybody.
Yeah.
What lawn bowling was while they were throwing the bowls and all the history of it.
Uh-huh.
And he said, really great. Everybody thought I knew him personally. I don't know him, but it was really something because. Yeah. I went to Parky's for a hot dog one day, and a lady looked at me and said, "I saw you on TV." 3 people so far. Yeah, it's really scary. As everybody behind you saying, "Who's that?" There's nobody.
Is that right? Well, see, you're famous and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
You'll be signing autographs pretty soon.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's just besides that and the touch of the arthritis. Is tough. I got to see the doctor in a couple of weeks, and you can't sleep at night. The pain,
Yeah,
and you can't take too many things because I take the certain things you can't take.
Well, yeah, one will goof up the other.
Right.
You gotta counterbalance it somehow.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the house, and the sign isn't out there anymore.
Yeah.
I walked into 4 houses, Johnny.
What? Come on, yeah. Where's the sign up there? Yeah, you got to let people know where you're at, Johnny. Get it out there, all right?
Okay.
All right. Well, here, Tommy, we just got started here. said we're going to talk here. Look at all these subjects, Tom.
Oh, you probably got 100 of them,
Yeah,
right?
Cubs, White Sox, Bears, World Cup soccer, horse racing, basketball, hockey, Senior Olympics, golf, bowling, lawn bowling.
Cubs
curling.
are winning. Cubs are winning 6-1.
They are. All right, there's an update for you. Cubs are winning. What? You know what? I really didn't watch the Cubs at the beginning of the year. I mean, because you know why? I was watching hockey with the Blackhawks, and basketball with the Bull. And then when baseball gets started, Tommy, it's like
Right.
it's like you go watching a hockey game or
Well, the hockey was
to
disappointment.
baseball. It's slow moving. You
Right.
know what I mean? It takes a while
to get acclimated,
right.
right?
And so I wouldn't even pay any attention to the Cubs, and then I guess they were losing a lot of close ball games, right? Okay, so now basketball's over for
Right.
me, and the hockey's over for me,
Right.
and so now what have I got? I got to watch baseball.
Or soccer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but soccer will put you to sleep too sometimes.
Well, but they're getting a lot of attendance.
It's a worldwide.
Yeah.
But the average guy, Tom, around Chicago, your buddies, you watch our. Well, they.
Well, at the
you know
cigar
what I
stand, that's all they watch.
Honest to God.
Oh, yeah, it's
Well,
unreal.
Are they from the foreign country, maybe? Are they USA
Well,
guys?
USA guys, they're really, some of them aren't, but some of them are.
Yeah.
and
I think it's an average guy, American. They go, what is soccer? You know what I mean? They don't really know it, Because I got involved with soccer about 30-some years ago, okay, with my kids, okay?
Right.
And so anyway, the Park District had a program. You want to play
Right.
something? All right, so I went and watched them. Well, my kids were like 8, 9, 10 years old. They loved it because they were running all over the place.
Right.
Okay. They weren't bored. They weren't standing there waiting for a ball to come out. All right. And so I said, geez, you guys like soccer? Maybe I'll help you organize some
Right.
team, which I did. Well, all the football guys and the baseball guys
I know it.
didn't like that.
But you know what, today, do you see many baseball players anymore
I know.
on the
right.
street? You don't see them.
You don't.
We were all over the place, when we were kids.
Oh, yeah, right. That's what I thought.
Not anymore.
Right, not anymore. You're absolutely right. So I started the program, but then what happens is, I think, for American kids that they're brought up in this country,
Right.
they like to play soccer because they can run around. They get to high school, Tom, and that's it. They
That's it.
forget it.
Right.
And then, you know what I mean? It's because then there's football and basketball and baseball.
But in some areas, the girls' soccer is catching on.
Yes.
And there are certain areas where it really is played a lot. And I think these games will have an impact.
Well,
because
it will, yeah. Well, with the influx of people coming from all
other-
over
right,
the world into this country, Tom.
free.
Yeah, right. Free. So they're gonna. It will. It because they like that
Right.
game, But
Well, the nice thing about it is all you need is a pair of shoes and be able to run and have a
right.
ball.
It's just too bad the scores are so low.
Right,
Tom.
but you take hockey, it costs a lot for a kid to play hockey.
by the time you're done with the shoot,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you got. Oh, we got Jack on hold. No way. You had him on hold all that time?
Good.
Oh no.
Good. Jack, he deserves to be held on hold.
I was
Oh, Jack.
I was never in a hole so long when I was wrestling.
I'm sorry, Jack. The big guy.
Oh, that's interesting conversation. I know you had things unexpectedly happen, so.
Yeah. You know what I mean, Jack. Like some of your buddies, I'm sure they're not devoted to soccer like some of these foreign people
what?
are to soccer, right? I mean, they don't even know what the game is. Half of them don't.
Hockey?
No, soccer.
Oh, soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we know what it is.
Well, yeah, but number
But
one,
most people,
most
Yeah.
people, and it's boring because, well, to someone who doesn't know the game, it's like boring.
Right,
They're
right.
just kicking it. They score 1-0 in 90 minutes. People want to see scores. I think.
well, they've been trying to get a good professional soccer league going here for about 50 years, back in the 60s. CBS had them on, I remember, first, and
Yeah.
one problem is there are no timeouts, so they have to figure out the commercials and things like
Yeah,
that.
right.
But,
That's another.
But
plus, the field's already crowded. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey,
Well, like I said, I'm telling the big guy here, I started soccer in Addison 30, 40 years ago, and all the football and baseball guys were ready to shoot me because the kids like to play soccer and that, you know. So, well, hey, that guy is a good football player, now he's playing. I said, well, I can't help it. The kid wants to play, you know. And
Right.
but my theory was if I was a commissioner of soccer, there was a rule I would change, and it's the offside rule, okay? Because that would make the scores be 4-4, 5-1. They got an offside, Tommy. The minute a guy
Well, you could do that
gets-
in hockey too, though.
That's right. That's right. Exactly right. You know, it's a minute a guy gets a charge going, whoop, they blow the whistle offside. I
Right.
mean, come on, you know, big deal. He's a little offside, 2 feet or something. You
Yeah.
know, so if he scores, he scores. Then you got some because people like to see scoring. I don't like to see a 0-0 game.
Right. Yeah, I got a question for you, Jack. Are you ready for your question?
Me?
Yeah.
What is the only
listening.
what is the only school to have both its men's and women's basketball teams in the NCAA Final Four in the same year? I'll give you.
I'm sorry, I didn't even get that one. What is it again?
What is the only school to have both its men's and women's basketball teams in the NCAA Final Four in the same year? I'll give you four.
UConn?
I'll give you 4 choices. Georgia. No.
Wait.
Will you wait for your choices, Jack?
Oh, yeah, sorry, okay.
Georgia, Connecticut, North Carolina, or Duke?
Connecticut.
No. Try
No?
try to win the behind door 2 now.
Who is it?
Georgia.
It is
Georgia?
Georgia. No
Wonderful,
way.
wonderful.
I was going to
Wonderful.
say Duke.
Yeah, Georgia.
Is
Men's
it?
and women's basketball in the Final Four in the same year.
What year, Tommy?
It doesn't say the year, but
I can't believe that. I
they
would
give Jack. You got a computer? Look it up.
No, I'm sitting out here in the fair hydrant. I was riding my bicycle when John called.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Scott Center.
I love it.
I just took the training wheels off. But,
Yeah, you did.
anyway, before I forget, first place, here's a number 1 item. My grandson will be 2 years old, and that's Jack Corey. Be 2 years old on the 5th of July. And for a present yesterday, he's got a little brother.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
congratulations.
Yeah. My mother Michelle's doing fine. They're over at Father Sean, my son-in-law. They're over at Loyola Hospital there in Maywood,
Beautiful.
and in good hands. And secondly, St. Rita played Providence for the 4A baseball championship last Saturday. Both Augustinian schools, by the way, same order. And Rita lost. The kid had I can't think of the name of the pitcher Providence had, but he had a no-hitter going into the 6th.
Wow.
So pitching won it, huh?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Now 4A, is that the top? Is that the biggest?
It was in this tournament. They didn't have any 5A listed.
I mean, years
Yeah.
ago it was easy. They'd say one team,
Right, you
one
know-
A, and that's
right.
it. Now I don't know. They got so many divisions now.
And then one more thing. For those who can hear the dog barking, huh? He doesn't like me sitting in his fire hydrant.
Put that dog in another room.
It's from outside.
Oh,
This weekend, those of you who like sports other than ball sports, there's the Chicago Highland Games going to be going on in Itasca.
oh, that's
Did you
right.
see
Did
anything about that? I just
you ever get
They,
involved with that?
Oh yeah, I've been to the Highland
Have
Games.
you?
Absolutely.
Uh huh.
looks very interesting. It's just like it is tossing the caber, a lot of throwing things in Highland.
Right. Well, and they play a game
Scotland.
too. They'll play. They'll have a scrum out there. They usually have a game. Yeah, we used to advertise out there lawn bowling and curling.
Oh yeah.
And
Did it?
the thing is, they were using they're so good at throwing. The Scotsmen were throwing them at the Englishmen.
Yeah,
That's why they
that's
were.
it. But no, it's
And Don,
yeah.
you remember the doctors Todd, don't you? Terry and Jan, right?
Right.
From
Yeah.
the University of Texas.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
They were down at the banquets, both of them.
Yeah.
With the weightlifting.
Right.
They met. He was at the game, and she was actually competing in the women's tossing of the caber.
Oh,
Oh,
is
She
that,
really?
was a competitive lifter too. Yeah.
what's a caber?
That's a long pole that they hold.
It's like a telephone pole
Yeah.
they throw. So it looks like,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
the caber. Mhm.
Yeah. When they say Highland Game, how many countries are involved?
Scotland.
Scotland only.
No, well, Scotland and some other country. Not many.
Not
Really, it's Scotland.
How
It's
about
really Scotland.
just really
It's a
Scotland?
Celtic thing, I believe.
It's Celtic, right?
The
Yeah.
Irish are Celts, and so are the Scots. And
Well,
Yeah.
but the Irish too are Celts, but they don't. It's like when they say Great Britain does well in hockey. Well, it's really Scotland because Great Britain, and if in wars also, it's Scotland.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah. So,
Something like that. You're
but
talking
it's
about John
mostly
Cole?
Scottish, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Are you going to? It's up here. It's up
Right.
this way.
It used to be in Oakbrook, but now it's out
yeah, they
your way.
moved it. Yeah, it's
To
by
Itasca.
Hamilton Lakes there in Itasca.
Yeah, it's Scottish Chicago or ChicagoScottish.org. You can go to you get all the information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a piece on the radio today about it, so
Mhm.
I,
I
we,
watched that before.
we also used to go on the what do you call it, the bar thing, the Scott, where we'd have a bagpiper and we'd go from bar to bar with them.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
bagpipes, huh?
Oh yeah. And then and they all wear the kilts and all the different things. My
So the tartans, the different patterns, is your different clans. So.
right. My sister-in-law's in the Scottish Home, so we get all that information.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A
Where,
Scot were originally a tribe from Ireland that settled in the north. That's why they had the same Gaelic language and culture and
Right.
that stuff. So,
I've been to Scotland.
oh,
I've curled in Scotland in the Highlands at Aviemore.
you did.
Well,
Yep.
that's where it started, right, Tom?
Right, and then it was a Glen Farkless, a single malt Scotch liquor, and the fella said to me, "Would you try a wee dram with me, Tom?" And he poured a full glass of Scotch, and he said, "When you're through with that, we'll have another." No way.
Football.
Yeah.
But that's the
Foodman,
original.
yeah.
It originated in Scotland, curling, and then Canada. They got to Canada, of course. And,
Oh well, because the Scots moved all over. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Finland and
No.
Iceland would play, I imagine.
Yeah, listen, even China is big in curling now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's
Anyway, I
right.
just thought I'd mention.
Yeah.
I have no dog in the fight. I just thought it'd be a good, interesting thing to throw in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good, Jack.
I'm always looking for interesting things for your show, guys.
Yeah, you're good at that. All right, Jack. Thanks an awful lot.
I'll be your agent.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you later.
Okay,
All
take care.
right.
Talk to you. Bye.
Yeah, we'll take a fast break, folks, and be right back.
Okay.
All right, Jack.
The Donna Sports here. Hey, you guys, it's time to get out and golf. The DuPage County Forest Preserve courses are open. Maple Meadows at 272 Addison Road in Wooddale. It's a links-type course that is in great shape and no trees to hit. That's what a links-type course is, not many trees. Oak Meadows at 900 North Wooddale Road in Addison is a traditional course with trees, beautiful flowers, and not many sand traps. And the price is reasonable. And get this, it has the longest bar in DuPage County for the 19th hole. And Green Meadows on 63rd and Westmont, a shorter course that is in great shape also. All of these courses are waiting for you at reasonable prices. Call Oak Meadows at 630-595-0071 and make your tee time.
America is one of the largest financial services marketing organizations in the nation, with approximately 95,000 licensed independent representatives. Primerica is an industry leader in financial services. I'm Mike Figarelli, an independent representative and senior vice president in the Bensonville area, and the company's goal is to help ordinary families prepare for their financial futures. We've shown many local families how to do just that, and we are prepared to grow locally by providing people with financial solutions as well as a great business opportunity. As an independent representative with Primerica, you can build a business of your own, part-time or full-time. To learn more about the Primerica business opportunity, call me, Mike Figarelli, at 630-860-0033. Again, that's 630-860-0033.
Hey folks, if you get a chance, get over to J.D. Muggs Bar and Grill, located at 437 North Addison Road in Addison, Illinois. 33 different kinds of beer. Can you imagine that? It's the home of the He-Man Burger, and baby, that is a He-Man Burger. Wait till you see the size of that burger. Chicken Caesar salad, which is one of my favorites. It's a friendly atmosphere. There's karaoke on Wednesday night and a great DJ on Fridays. Call Dean at 630-833-2570.
I'm in here to stay, ready to take you around the way, so you're ready to piss. Mind your own biz, cause I am back, yeah, the microphone biz.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. And on the line with us now, Tom, the big guy is Wayne H. O'Brien. I said, Wayne's on the line. He said, Wayne Gretzky? I don't think so.
Not even close.
Yeah. Well, where is... Well, he's retired, right, Wayne Gretzky? Who did he play? He played
he's
for,
owner
He
of
played
a
for
team.
several teams. Yeah, he owns a team.
Yeah. But who did he play? Well, where did he start out with? Boston?
No, Canadian team. Winnipeg? No.
Vancouver Canucks, was it?
Was it? I don't
could
know.
be.
Yeah, he had such a long career, but...
I think he played with the LA Kings, too.
Right, he did.
Yeah, and but most of his goals were with Vancouver, right? When he was in his prime, must have been right up in Vancouver.
Well, he had a lot of goals all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he have the record now for most goals scored? I would think, or is Gordie Howe, one of them two's got that.
He may still have it. I know he passed up Bobby Hall.
Oh,
And probably Gordie Howe too.
Yeah, Paul. Okay, boy, I'll tell you, those Los Angeles Kings, though, they are good. You know, they're relentless.
They got hot at the right time.
They sure did, and they were just relentless.
You realize in their first round they were down 3-0, and they won. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. It's
Wayne, are you there?
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with the game because I didn't see that.
They were down 3-0. I thought it was St. Louis or somebody, but they were down 3-0, and then they won.
And they won.
And then they were down a lot, and they just came back and came back and came
they
back.
just kept getting better and better and better. And then when the Hawks gave them a heck of a game, but
right? But they just
you can't come any closer to the Stanley Cup Finals than they did.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Seventh game, overtime.
Yeah.
You know, it was just
at home.
Either way.
Everything
went either way.
Yeah, you know, they had home advantage all the time, the Hawks.
Yeah, they just pulled up a little short, but those Kings were relentless. I thought the Rangers would give them a little better game, but they didn't really.
Right.
Right? Yeah. You know, it wasn't.
No, they didn't. No,
you
they
could
did.
just tell, man, 20, 30 shots on goal compared to 10.
Right.
Stuff like that, Wayne, you know. Boy,
and Boston, they just blew it. They should have won that series. The seventh game, they just.
What do you think of Don's idea on not to have offside so much?
Not have what?
Not to have offside. In other words, he'd like to see a 10-9 game.
That's right. You know, Wayne, in hockey, your guy gets offside, right?
Yeah.
The minute he does, is a half a body in front of the guy. The ref blows the whistle because he's offside, okay? I'm saying forget it. Eliminate that. Maybe the guy go in and score. You'll have more scoring.
Yeah, this is true, but it'll make it a lot harder on the goalies because you could have a guy stationed, a hot dog stationed right in front of the goalie.
Well, yeah, I know, but nobody's going to do that, Wayne. Then that would be okay. Now, if that happened, that would be a whistle, and then you get penalized for that. If the referee sees a guy just standing at the goal, waiting for a puck to come, then the referee would blow the whistle. That guy is really offside, or he's illegal, whatever. But in that game in hockey, I'd say. But to me, it's worse in soccer because the soccer games are only 1-0, 2-1. But at least hockey, there's a lot of times they score 5 or 6 goals.
Keep in mind the hockey players on the ice for what, a minute sometimes, minute and a half.
Yeah.
Right, Wayne?
Well, see, they do have the if you're in your zone and you pass the puck into the other zone, that's icing.
Right, and then
and
then the defense gets the best players out there for the face-off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, the offside I think is highly necessary because you could have somebody stationed on the blue line.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like I say, if the ref sees that, they watch the game. They said, no, that guy's been there too long. blows the whistle. I'm just saying, not so
So
much
I'm
for
saying
hockey.
he's right
but-
outside just hangs right outside the blue line.
Yeah, right. Not so
Especially if
much
they
for
have a
hockey,
power
but
play.
more
Yeah.
for soccer.
Maybe instead of making that blue line a little beveled, a little round, like a top of an orange.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a way to.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Don likes a lot of scoring. Wayne.
That's right. That's right. When I was when I was helping originate the soccer back 30, 40 years ago, Tommy, all these old timers from the old country, oh man, they didn't like that. No, that's no good. You got to have a defense. I go, come on, the kid. What? You play all 2 hours and there's no score?
Yeah.
What the heck kind of a game is that? Oh no, that's the best. The defense, no score. Yeah, but the kids want to score once in a while. Oh, jeez. But anyway,
They did eliminate the two-line pass, though.
huh?
If you're outside the red line and you pass into the other zone, that's two lines. They did eliminate that.
Oh, is that right? In hockey, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Tommy, I didn't know. See that? They'll get around to my way of thinking.
No, I think it's set up pretty good the way it is. I don't see a lot of you got one umpire, right? Two
Right.
linesmen. Or
Yeah.
you have two umpires now and a linesman.
Yeah.
They're missing too many trips and.
Right.
Oh, you mean they need to add another guy, or they have another
But
rep?
it's like football. You could call
Yeah.
holding on every play.
Yeah, just about. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. Well, Wayne, all right, listen, hockey, what else? How's your ball? No, you're not a Red Sox fan, or are you?
Red Sox.
Huh?
No,
No, you're not a Red, you're just,
I just kind of agree with my daughter when she watches the Cubs.
yeah, what does she
Cub
say?
fan.
Yeah, she's a Cub fan. Yeah, well, they've been playing good the last 2 weeks, have they not? Ask your. I mean, like I say, I've been watching them now because I can't watch basketball. That's over. Hockey's over. You know what I mean? So what am I going to do? I got to watch baseball. And I said,
Yeah.
well, the Cubs don't seem that bad. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, they've. I don't know what their record is. I'd have to check it, but I bet you they're over 500 in the last 2 weeks. So I think they're to me they're playing pretty good, but everybody says, well, no, they're still not that
Well,
good.
as far as the Cubs, it really doesn't matter whether they win or lose because they're going to have fans till the
Oh, yeah.
sport ends.
Yeah, well, right, yeah, they do, but that'll catch up to them eventually if they.
Well, I think they're getting better as time
Yeah.
goes by. They're winning today 6-1. Good pitching.
Yeah.
And if they trade Samardzija, how many games has
Yeah.
he won for us? The poor guy is in
Well,
a sad
yeah,
streak.
but they can't hit from the guy
I know
they
it.
should trade is Jackson. Guy named Jackson.
Well, it's hard to trade someone like Jackson, maybe.
Well,
But I think that they got a lot of things to straighten out at the ballpark. I'm all for the Cubs when it comes to the. They're the one that set the page for for baseball and all these buildings around. I'm not sympathetic to them because they're hoarding in on somebody else's business. in a
Oh,
way.
you mean for the
If I was a baseball fan, I would have been a Cub fan, if not only for the reason of Harry Carey.
Right.
yeah.
Well, and then you had Ernie Banks and Billy Williams. You had
Oh
people,
yeah, you had
Ron
good
Santo.
players,
Yeah.
yeah.
You had people that they really, in those days they played their whole life there.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't now.
No.
A couple of years they trade them or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have. How about Tony Gwynn, huh? Do you realize?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
do you realize what kind of a
batting
hitter?
average was? I
Uh,
couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, he,
338.
yeah, he really. Well, one year he was at 390 something, and the games were called. He could have been a 400 hitter. He was unreal,
Yeah.
and he practiced his art all the time. I mean, if the hit wasn't really good, he was angry. He was
Yeah.
really. But
Right.
isn't that something with the chew tobacco?
Yeah. Sure enough, 50-some years old,
Yeah.
right? But chewing that snuff or what the heck ever it is.
Right, and he
Yeah.
really was a great ambassador for the game, and was a great hitter. Absolutely.
Right.
Mm-hmm. How good was Rod Carew? Pretty good 2 times.
Oh yeah, Rod Carew was very good. Left-hander there too.
You
he
know,
was very good.
One of them guys stole home a lot. I mean, like 15, 20 times.
Really?
It's either Rod Carew or Tony Gwynn. I don't know, And you know what else? A guy told me Babe Ruth stole home
Right, he did.
about 10, 15
Yeah.
times. You believe it?
Don't forget he won 90-some games and lost 20 as a pitcher, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
As a matter of
And I think he struck out more than anybody else too.
well, not today. You got
no.
Dunn, and you got some guys today that strike out a lot.
No,
though.
I mean back then.
Oh, back
Well,
then, yeah.
maybe, but wait a minute. Here's another stat a guy told me. I didn't realize. Hank Aaron came to bat, get this, 3,000 more times than Babe Ruth.
Right, and he
Can
never
you believe that?
and he never hit over 50 home runs in any one year.
Yeah. Hank didn't.
Right,
Yeah,
but he hit a lot
3,000
of right,
times more than what Babe Ruth came up.
right. Well, they played a lot less
Well,
games,
Yeah, that's true.
and you add them up.
But I mean, look at the amount of home runs Babe Ruth had.
Yeah.
In a shorter period
Right.
of time.
Right.
That was tremendous. I couldn't believe that. I said 3,000 more times. I wouldn't think he played that much more than Babe Ruth, but evidently he did.
right.
You know.
He did. A lot of. I'm sure. Well, but when you consider someone like Cy Young, look how many games he played. He won 500 and lost
Yeah.
lost 300. You know.
That'll never happen again.
I
Tommy,
know.
right? That'll never happen. All right, Wayne. Hey, buddy. Nice talking to you. And let's see. What do you got coming up? Oh, he likes the Minnesota Vikings, Tom. He's not a real big Bear fan.
Well, I think the Bears are going to be a lot better. It'll be between the Packers and the Bears.
Yeah.
I agree.
Not the Vikings. Well, no, the Vikings.
They need a quarterback.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
pretty much last couple of years it's been Packers, Bears.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's what it'll be.
And-
Bears
and-
will win 8 or 9 games.
Well, they've improved their defense, and their offense was one of the leaders last year.
Yeah. Well, if Cutler don't get moody and stuff,
Well, or if he doesn't get hurt.
right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne. Thanks for the call, buddy. And
Thank you.
we'll talk to you subsequently. All right.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.
Take care. All right, folks. We'll be right back.
Right.
All right.
It's Tom Sims. I'm the owner of Foxbowl. We are Foxbowl Training Center and Pro Shop. We set ourselves apart because we emphasize instructions. We have a full-time bowling instructor, Greg Zika. We have instant replay, videotape each bowler. Another program that we have is our Youth Bowling, USA Bowling. It's an 8-week program, after school type of thing. It's 8 weeks for $88 with instructions, and every child gets a free bowling ball, a $75 value. And thank you from Foxbowl.
Hi everybody, this is Don Figueroa of Don Sports talking about Wayne Houses O'Brien. For all your real estate needs, call Wayne Houses O'Brien. Yes, the H stands for houses. At 630-235-5880 or visit his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. That's right, he's a pilot. He'll take a picture of your home from the sky. Whether you're buying or selling, call Wayne at 630-235-5880. He has residential, commercial, and investment properties. He is honest, hardworking, and friendly. Those are all the traits you want in a realtor. He loves hockey and he loves to fly. Again, call Wayne Houses O'Brien at 630-235-5880 or visit him on his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. Hi everybody, I'm here with Ralph Venturini from Ozzy's, the world's best subs at Wolf and Grand in Melrose Park. Hi Ralph. Ralph, tell the folks a little bit about the history of Ozzy's.
Well, I'll tell you what. It started in 1971. It was a little grocery store, and my father decided that it came up for sale, and he decided that he would take advantage and go ahead and buy this little business and take a whirl at it. And it was just a tiny little 800 square foot space, and him and my mom ran it, and they learned it. And
All right, give me the ingredients of your great Italian subs.
well, I'll tell you, the Italian has 3 kinds of meat. We put provolone cheese on it, Italian dressing, lettuce and tomatoes, and if you like, you can add pickles, onions, and peppers, and let me tell you, this sandwich is excellent.
Come on, folks, get out to Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. Open 24 hours. Give them a call at 847-455-0845.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Donna Sports here with the big guy, Tom Michael. Having a great time. We talked to Wayne H. O'Brien and Jack Ryan. Now we're back, and Tommy's you got some trivia questions for me,
Yeah, it's an
Tommy?
interesting one. What golfer coined the term caddy? I'll give you 4 choices.
Caddy. Oh.
Mary Queen of Scots, Bobby Jones, Walter Hagen, or Napoleon.
Holy moly. Whoa. Well, that's sort of an odd, the people like Napoleon, right? What would he know about golf? And what's the other one? Queen, Scott, the Queen, which one?
Mary Queen of Scots.
You know what, Tom? It's pretty obvious that you would say, and I'm not going to say Jones,
Right.
It's like he was real good, Tom Jones. And what was the other guy? Walter Hagen.
Right.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I bet you it was the Queen of Scotland.
You're right. Yeah, Mary Queen of Scots, right here. And, because, Scotland, golf.
You're right.
The whole thing.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's why I do.
I know.
You got to think about it. Why would they have the Mary Queen of Scotland listed with Jones?
Right.
But sure, that's where
That's where it originated.
Yeah,
the
with
whole
a
thing.
little goofy ball they used,
Yeah.
a cricket, a crocker or something, or
Right.
a stick, right?
Yeah.
An old wooden stick.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great.
But I wonder how Caddy, who knows where cat came from?
Caddy.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what she. Some of those
short
names.
for something, or
Yeah.
abbreviation for
Abbreviation or something. That's a good question.
something. Yeah, that is a good trivia
I
question.
like
I
that.
bet you 90% of the guys are going to say Bobby Jones or
Right.
or
Exactly.
Hagen. That's pretty good. Well, I like to stump you too once in a while.
Oh,
you
I
know
know
that.
you do. I know.
But you're knowledgeable. Oh, I know. I was talking to a guy yesterday or a couple days ago, Tom, a Greek guy, and blah blah blah. He likes Notre Dame. He's a Notre Dame fan, and so we started talking. He goes, I've been to every. I'm not sure if it was every ballpark. With his son. He said, I've been to Camden Yards with my son. We went to Fenway Park with my son. He was going on and on and on.
All the parks, yeah.
Yeah. I was just so shy. How do you coordinate the time?
Right.
Sometime,
You gotta know the schedule, and when they're playing and how they move and the whole thing. You're right.
Yeah.
But of course, in one area, you got Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Minneapolis. They all might be home at the same time, and from one day you can go and get that, and then
Yeah.
the tough ones would be on the West Coast. You got 3 teams, and in Florida you got
right.
teams.
Yeah, I know. When he told me that, I said, gee, and then the money, right? The airfare and that.
Right.
Going,
It
and he
cost a-
wasn't a wealthy guy. That I
Right.
know, but
Well, it's interesting because in the football stadiums in the NFL, which stadium, I might have asked you this before, have the most games been played in?
in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yankee. Well, no, Giant Stadium. Wrigley Field. No,
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field.
Don't forget they started in the 20s to the 60s. All these other stadiums are new, right?
Yeah.
The only
the original.
yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I think.
I mean,
maybe
someday
you got-
it'll change because they
that
don't
would
play
be-
it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good. A lot of people wouldn't know
Right,
that one.
right.
Well, yeah, all
'Cause
right.
Yankee Stadium changed.
What about that now? What do you think about that now? I know the Washington Redskins. They're forcing that poor guy. They're
Yeah.
making him to change the name.
I mean,
Is that fair?
I mean, I don't. They're so conscious of offending anybody today, and then they do things like offend us when they don't tell us the truth. About what happened in Benghazi and all these places.
Right. Right.
And then
but-
all of a sudden they're going to tell you what to do. I mean, it's like now my doctor said to me, you have to get an eye test this year. I said, well, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, or else you can't get your Medicare.
Oh,
Now, if you sell your home, if it's over a certain amount, you got to pay 3%. to Medicare.
Is that right?
Yeah, and
To
and,
Medicare.
Yeah. Now the fellow that Sterling or Sperling, whatever his name is, that got in trouble.
Yeah, with the Clippers.
If he sells his team, it's a 15% long-term capital gains cost,
Well, right. Okay.
which is normal.
Well, right.
But then there's a 3% on for the Obamacare thing.
Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That tied
That's-
into that? What
yeah.
does that have to do with that?
I
wonder?
know it. It's unbelievable, all the different things and that you can do. Chicago now is coming out with the marijuana like they do there's medical marijuana, which has been around for a long time, that the health departments kept it out because it really meant, it's two different things.
Yeah, right.
But,
right.
it's look at the trouble we're here in Illinois with all the cost. I mean, if something goes wrong and they lower the rate again, it's terrible.
Yeah. But I on that Redskin, I've known that you
Oh, I
go
know.
to Wisconsin Dells, right?
Right.
The Indian, they love that.
Oh,
There's
I know.
Indians, they love they're dressed. They're up. They
yeah.
want to do powwows and stuff. I mean, where does it start? I mean, what's so derogatory about that? They love to do them and get dressed up as an Indian,
Right.
do their powwows and stuff like that.
Well, even
Force the guy to make him change the name of his team.
and what is Illinois'?
Yeah, fighting
Isn't there
chief,
a chief Illini Wick or
yeah,
something?
Chief Arana. They
Yeah,
made him stop
I know.
right at the halftime. Remember, he
Right.
ride the horse.
I mean, it's just this, personal stuff has just gone too far. You can't say anything anymore,
I wonder who started. Must be a small portion of the Indian people. Or,
Well, a lot of them are not complaining about it. It's just, we want to pacify everybody. I mean, we're nice to Arabs, and when they kill they go through and they find out if you're a Christian, that's it. You're gone,
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
Really.
I'm surprised they don't make the Blackhawks take the Indian head off their jersey.
That's
Oh, yeah,
gonna.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
You know.
your watch. It'll be coming.
Someday that's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's gonna. And you know what, you guys, that replica or whatever, the Blackhawk was voted the best team.
Logo?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, that's good, yeah.
Yes, yeah. That was voted of all the team. Football, whatever. That logo of the Indian, with the colors there is in it, was voted the best.
Well, and then
looking.
don't forget, the Marquette used to be the Warriors. A warrior can be it can be any nationality,
could be, right? And they made them change that.
Right. Well, they changed it. They're so sensitive.
Now what are they? The golden pheasant or
Well,
something?
no, now they were gold for a while. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Golden Avalanche, Hilltoppers, Warriors. Pick a name. Yeah.
Golden pheasant? No, not golden.
Golden.
Pheasant.
They were the Avalanche.
Golden Hurricane. Is that right?
Oh,
Golden.
That's somebody else. I don't know who that is. It's crazy. Well, even in the Brave Stadium, don't they do the tomahawk
What
chop?
about that?
Yeah.
That's right. You go there, they got that right. With the
Right.
Well, they're going to make them stop that.
I
I'll
know.
bet you.
Oh, sure. I don't know.
I don't know. It'd be politically correct.
I mean,
when
pretty
they call
soon-
me a paisan, I don't get offended by it.
No,
Right?
right.
I mean,
But it's not a bad term, I don't think.
No,
Paisan.
hey, paisan. They could say, "Oh, hey, that."
Years ago there used to be a tradition of like the Blackhawks with the Indian head on and all this stuff. But this young generation nowadays, they have to be known and they have to change everything. Just for an example, for years and years and years, the Chicago Fire Department always had Good Friday off.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now they can't do it because it's a religious day. So now they have to pick
Right.
another day, which now they pick Flag Day.
Yeah.
And I mean, for years, tradition has just gone down the drain as far as I'm concerned. There is no more tradition for anything anymore.
Right. It's
Mm-hmm.
all changed, everything. I mean, it's a different world out there. I'm glad I grew up in the 50s and 60s,
yeah,
you
me
know?
too. Well, we've let our politicians. Those are the guys who make the laws and stuff, right?
And they spend the money that they don't have, which is ours. And you
yeah,
know what's the
exactly.
funny thing? You got to say to them every once in a while, you work for us.
Yeah.
You're an employee.
Yeah, do what's best for us,
Right.
Not what's best
With-
for you.
Or what you get more votes for and everything,
Mm-hmm,
It's crazy.
I don't get it. All right, Tommy. Let's see. What about golf? golf now. Well, without Tiger Woods.
Well, but you've got some
you
younger
see how
players.
how the attendance is down. Why is that? Well, because it was a little
But-
bit of a
Right, but
novelty.
Right, yeah, and this last fellow that won, he did a good job, didn't he?
Which one?
Kamer, was it? Or
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That won this last
Yeah,
one.
and then a lot of the old ones are Mickelson's fading. This,
Yeah, it's a different winner every
yeah,
week.
Sir, what's his name from Spain? Sergio is fading.
Yeah, right.
And then and you got these young guys coming up and doing very well.
yeah,
But
well,
that's the story, I mean. Tiger, I don't think he'll ever be back
No.
to
Oh,
where he
no,
was
no.
with all the operations and everything.
he's the last one to be dominant, I think, and I don't know why. How did Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer for years they were always not win every turn, but they were always.
Yeah, but I
there,
think
you
he
know?
made
No,
the-
I don't know. There's a
Well,
different guy
he
every
might have
week.
made the game so popular that everybody started taking it up
Yeah,
and getting better and better.
and they
and
might.
you-
The other thing too is probably. I think back then only certain guys would be playing in a tournament.
Right.
You know what I mean? Only say 50 guys
Right.
every week, the same 50. Okay. Now I think the minute you do something or win a college tournament, well, no, I guess they still have qualifying.
They
But-
still qualify. But
But
certain,
you know what I mean? It seems like they watered it down. You know,
Yeah.
they'll have guys come in that you never even heard of.
But they're good too, though. Look
Oh,
at this
yeah,
last guy.
There's
I mean,
no question about it.
I mean,
they're good, but
well,
you
it's nice to have different. You hate to have one guy winning all the time. Remember, like the Yankees used to win, and all the time you want somebody else to win.
well, yeah, I guess you spread it around a little
Sure.
bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
and they're getting better and better. Let's face it, they're hitting the ball farther. Look at, I mean,
Well, yeah, the equipment.
equipment is better. The greens are probably in terrific shape.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the way they take care of them, different types of grass and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. What about? Well, you got a golf outing coming up, huh?
Right.
What's that for River Grove now?
River Grove for Maryland May thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. When's that in in July?
No, September. Like
Oh, it's later on, huh?
Yeah, September 19th or something.
Oh, all right. You're gonna have Tommy play out there, Eddie.
Frank?
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah. The last time I had everybody give $20 to or 25 to what's it called. I do pay the full shot for 12
Yeah,
people,
probably
which is a lot.
150.
It is 150. So what's going to happen this time? We're going to get people to throw $50 to the Kiwanis, but I still pay the the full shot.
Right.
So it's like their dinner thing. But
Well,
it's a
that's
great
worth it.
it's a great outing. I mean the
Yeah,
food.
oh, yeah.
The food.
Food and the things they give you.
I
Stuff
know
like I
it.
told you.
I know.
I've been to a lot of outings,
I know it.
per se. But this one, I says, wow, she really does it up right.
yeah.
They really, give you goodie bags and
Everything.
things like that.
Yeah, the goodie bag is loaded with all kinds of things.
I know it. She really does. All right, we got to take a fast break. All right, we'll be right back, folks. Stay with us. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'd like you to go over to Addison Advantage of Addison, a car care center. Why? Because they have a free inspection for your brakes, your exhaust, your struts, your shaft, ball joints, radiators, water pumps, timing belts, tires, wheel bearing. You realize that there are that many things that would be done on a car?
Hey, that's all called preventive maintenance, right?
That's absolutely
And, you know,
right. Yeah, it's absolutely right.
You can't be too safe.
Yeah, get in there and but if you do need some things, there's a $20 bonus voucher for any service over $250, which that save you $20, and a $5 bonus voucher. I keep saying voucher. $5 off any service over $30. That'd be easy to do. An oil change would be that. You'd get $5 off. They're located at 885 Lake Street in Addison. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. On Saturday from 8 to 3. Give Dominic or Leon a call at 630-543-1397. All right, that's Auto Advantage of Addison, Car Care Center. Great guys. They have best warranty around and the longest warranty around. brakes, $70 off on a brake job with a 4-wheel lifetime warranty. Can you imagine that? And a 1-year warranty on all labor that they do. All work comes with a warranty. So if you need your oil change, you need transmission, you need flush or front end work, fuel pumps, whatever you could think of on your car, go over to Addison Advantage of Addison at 885 Lake Street in Addison. Call Dominic or Leon, 630-543-1397. Hi, everybody. This is the Donna Sports, Don Figuarelli, telling you about one of our great sponsors, all right? Pyramid Pizzeria and Sports Bar. That's right, Pyramid Pizzeria and Sports Bar. Addison's favorite pizzeria at 236 West Lake Street in Addison. Phone number 630-458-0777. Hot, fast delivery. 2012 Addison's Pizza by the Slice winner. Yes, best thin crust pizza, best sausage pizza, best pizza sauce. Late night delivery. Here's their hours, Sunday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's 10:30. Friday and Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Minimum order $10. Delivery charge only $2.50. Menu prices subject to change without notice. Dine in, delivery, carry out, catering. That's Pyramid Sports Bar and Pizzeria. www.pyramidclubaddison.com. Go there. Hi everybody, Don Figuarelli here, the Don of Sports. I want to tell you about some very interesting people that I know, a wonderful company that they have, Danny and Loretta Rosenmeyer. It's their 25th anniversary being in business, and in conjunction with ComEd. Okay, they do a lot of work for ComEd. They're bringing stewardship to the construction industry for 25 years and counting. Intren, outperforming every day. They're located at 18202 West Union Road in Union, Illinois. 60180. Their website, www.intren.com. That's INTREN. Outperforming every day. Loretta and Danny Rosenmeyer. Loretta is the Chief Executive Officer. Her mobile phone is 815-341-4535. That's Intren. 25th anniversary, bringing stewardship to the construction industry for 25 years and counting. A wonderful corporation. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Donna Sports here with Tom, the big guy, Michael. And, wow, we got a rip-roaring show going for you. A lot of things going on, trivia questions Tommy got, and subjects. We talked about the Cubs, White Sox, the Bears, a little bit on soccer. Oh, horse racing. What about that, Tommy? You owned a horse, didn't you?
Right, but he was a trotter,
Okay.
not the standardbred. But
the guy was beefing. Wait, the owner was beefing that the horse came in on that race and beat him.
Right.
I was surprised.
Well, he's wrong, and here's the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have 20 horses in the Derby, and then maybe the next one, a lot of people don't want to run their horse. Maybe he got to hurt himself or something.
Mm-hmm.
So then let's say you're down to 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say of those 9, maybe only 4 want to run in the Triple Crown because it's a long race.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's not fair. I mean, it's like in baseball, because somebody brings up a new pitcher, you can't say, hey, that's not right. He wasn't here last time.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's what.
And you know, these are 3-year-old colts, and for a 3-year-old colt to run a mile and a 16th, a mile and a quarter, and a mile and a half in 4 weeks. Now, I would say if they stretched it out, maybe
more like a year now.
Right.
Well, 6 months.
And also, that horse, you wonder what'll happen to him. I mean, they're going to make a lot of money, but he was really wrong, and he was bitter, and that's not the way to do it. I mean, they made so much money with that horse. It only cost them $8,000 or something to start.
Yeah. Right,
I mean, he was clever in what they did, but it's like the jockey said, he didn't have it. You know, the jockey knows it; he can feel it.
Yeah, right. He just
it's like
it.
let's say you're in a race. You know, if you really don't have it, and you want, you say, well, this isn't my day.
Yeah, I think what this guy was thinking, I think the owner, right? Say that you had the Kentucky Derby, Okay, 15 horses. Now,
Right.
I don't know the business, so I don't know. Okay, 15 horses.
20
okay?
were in it.
All right, say 20.
Right.
Okay, now the Belmont comes.
Right.
The same 20 horses should be in that race.
But
I don't know. And then come the Belmont.
Yeah.
The same 20 horses. That's what he was
Yeah, but-
thinking, I think.
Yeah, but it's not possible. Some of them might have been hurt or sore, or
Or the owner didn't want to get in it.
right, because it
Costs money.
Well, the money part is not it. It's the future of the horse. If he does pretty well, let's say he does really badly in the Derby, well, you don't want to give him a chance to be worse, because they all think of breeding. They all think of it costs a lot of money to keep a
Oh,
horse.
absolutely,
I was talking
yeah.
to Fred, and you know what he said? His horse last month cost him $40,000. Well, I mean, with his partners and everything.
Yeah,
but that's a lot
right.
of-
Well, but still.
they eat like a horse.
There's no horsing around.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, and also
they got to rent, upkeep, feed, and so on.
and
Housing.
You ship them, and they may not like the track. The weather.
That's
You got to be with them all the time. The training of the horse. They're like anything. I mean, super athletes go through the same thing, don't they?
Yeah, that they do.
But
it's
it's a tradition with the Derby and everything, and I
Yeah.
think it's fantastic. And I said that he wouldn't win it. It's just too tough. And the other horse, also at the beginning of the race, he was on the inside, and that's kicking up dirt, and he doesn't like that.
No.
Then he had to move a little bit to the outside maneuver,
Yeah.
whereas the other ones just saved,
Yeah, and he didn't have enough because he never ran that length
Oh,
before.
right. That's a long way to go.
It's a long way
you
to
know,
go,
And,
and he
he's
just
a
pooped out.
3-year-old. That's
Yeah, I was pulling for him, but I
Oh,
was
yeah,
pulling-
everybody was,
A couple
really.
of years back, I was pulling for a horse named Smarty Jones.
Oh, yes. Right.
Boy, he only lost by a nose.
I know.
Tommy.
I know.
All right, trivia question for you.
The Donna Sports with the big guy will return right after this message.
Hi, everybody. This is Don Figuarelli, the Donna Sports. Want to tell you about a great law person, a law firm, actually, Giacobbe Law, okay? Injury, workers' comp, criminal, traffic. Thomas M. Giacobbe, attorney at law. He's located at 181 South Bloomingdale Road, Suite 103 in Bloomingdale, Illinois. Now, the office number is 630-894-4400. Cell phone number 630-439-5256. Let me give you that again. His cell phone, 630-439-5256. A fax, you want to send him a fax, 630-894-4681. That's Giacobbe Law. Thomas M. Yeah, Thomas M. Tommy will take care of you. Call or email tmgiacobbe@gmail.com or www.giacobbelaw.com. Tom Giacobbe, a great attorney. He'll help you out. Again, injury, workers' comp. You're in a wreck, call Thomas. Criminal, traffic. What an attorney this gentleman is. I recommend him highly. All right, folks, thanks an awful lot for listening.
And now back to the Donna Sports with Don Figuarelli and Tom Michaels.
You know, because you asked me.
Upset?
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of the horse that beat No, what was it? Whirlaway or Man of War?
A Man of War. The other interesting thing is there's only been one horse that has won the Kentucky Derby by a disqualification. Now, here's the horses. Smarty Jones, Sea Hero, Swale, or Forward Pass.
What was the question though?
They didn't run first, but they disqualified the winner, and he became the winner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the only time in the history of the Derby. When you have that, they don't like to mess around unless it's a real violation.
Yeah, something really bad.
So
what were
it's
the four?
Smarty
We're
Jones,
gonna wrap it up.
Smarty Jones, Sea Hero, Swale, or Forward Pass.
Swale. I
No.
just took a guess.
I know, Forward Pass.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was going to give you a hint, but
Yeah,
my shoulder
something.
hurts.
All right, you take care of that shoulder, Tommy.
Okay.
All right, hey folks, thanks an awful lot for listening, and we you hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you in a month from now. Good.
Okay. Oh.
All right,
Now you're
Tommy.
getting up and stuff.
Y'all ready for this?
You have been listening to the Don of Sports with Don Ficarelli and Tom Michaels from the John Nevada Broadcast Center on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network. Remember to watch the Don of Sports with Don Ficarelli every Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. on Comcast Cable Channel number 19. The Don of Sports was directed by John Nevada, edited by Stephen Lehman. Audio engineer is James Rohde, and the executive producer of Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network is Mr. John Chiconda. This program was pre-recorded on Wednesday, June the 18th, the year 2014. Until next time, be safe, and thanks for listening. Have a good day.